Welcome to the Humm Baby Baseball Podcast,
I'm kind of a big deal.
where we talk San Francisco Giants
So you're telling me there's a chance?
and cover the latest stories in Major League Baseball.
I never heard of half of these guys.
Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel and to the Humm Baby Baseball podcast. And today we got to talk about the San Francisco Giants and what in the hell is going on with this team that not too long ago was so bad that it was embarrassing. Channels were putting out content talking about what's going on with the Giants. Not Giants channels. Not even baseball channels some of the time. Just general channels were like, what's going on with San Francisco? Gardening channels were talking about the Giants and how bad they are. Okay, maybe not gardening channels, but it was really bad. And the Giants couldn't win at home. They were embarrassing the fan base. They fell out of the race. I played taps, and then a couple days after that, they won a game. Then they won another, and another. And they were hitting with runners in scoring position. They were pitching well, and they were finishing out games. They were come from behind wins. There was energy. There was life. They were playing like a winning baseball team. And now they just swept the Colorado Rockies. They are on fire. We're going to take a look at the graphic I put up in last week's podcast and what they had to do to somehow get back in the playoff race and maybe miraculously get in the playoffs. I didn't think it was possible at that time. I even said as much. I was like, it's not really realistic. Do I think it's realistic now? I think it's become barely realistic. Possible. Am I saying it's likely? No. Am I predicting it? No. Am I reversing taps? No. Not yet. I've never had to do that. I don't expect to have to do that. But we're in a situation right now where the Giants are on fire. And we got to talk about that situation and the dust-up in Denver. What's going on there? Matt Chapman was suspended for a game in addition to the game that he got ejected from during that little dust-up. So we got to recap that and preview this next series in St. Louis. I should be there in St. Louis to cover that series and to do a little stadium review of Busch Stadium. I've been there before. It's been since 2018. And also another controversy, another interesting situation in baseball with Framber Valdez, where he actually looked like he might have intentionally crossed up his catcher and thrown a fastball when he knew the catcher was expecting something else. That's what people are saying, and that's what the video kind of shows. But now they're coming out and saying, and some people coming out and saying, oh, that's ridiculous. Of course, that's not what happened. It was just a simple mix-up. Valdez himself said that. Super crazy case right there. So lots of insanity right now going on in Major League Baseball and within the San Francisco Giants organization. It is absolutely nuts. So first of all, I want to look at what I put up last week. Giants at that time, their record was 65-68 with 29 games to play. And I said that they really needed to go 24-5 to almost guarantee a spot or get very close to a guarantee. You know, there's no guarantee. You know, we don't really know how well the Mets are going to play, how well the teams above them are going to play. The Padres, who are losing, who are not playing well lately, we don't know how they're going to play. But if you get to 89 wins, you got a legit shot. 88, you got a shot. 84 is the bare minimum, in my opinion. Like 84, and they needed to go 19-10. Since I put up that graphic, the Giants have lost just one game. And now, instead of 65-68, let's go ahead and update this graphic. They are now 71-69 with 22 games to play. They are 4 games back of the wild card. I can't believe I'm talking about this. I had no expectations of even talking about playoff expectations after I played taps. But here we are. To get to 89 wins, they need to go 18-4. 18-4. To get to 84 wins, and that's what the Diamondbacks had in 2023 and got in with the wild card, they would need to go 13-9. Still a winning record. It's not easy to go 13-9, but the way they're playing, that should be no problem. Right now, the Mets have 10 more wins than they have losses, 75-65. If they finish the season about there, they would be 86-76. 86 wins. 86 wins. So it really all depends. And the Padres are a similar situation. So only one of those teams need to crumble. And the Giants need to keep playing well and very well. 500 won't cut it, not even close. They're going to have to go 13-9 is minimum to have a shot. And I don't know if 84 wins will get you in, but it might. It might. The Padres have lost 4 in a row. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They are in a free fall right now. So it's absolutely insane what the Giants are doing right now. They have broken a record, or they have broken at least a San Francisco record. Matt Chapman hit not 1, but 2 big flies today, and that extends their home run streak to 17 games. I believe that is a franchise record for at least the San Francisco era, and it's the second longest in the entire history of the Giants going back to New York. 17 straight games with a home run. If you had told me this is about to happen after I played taps after this terrible streak at home, I said, you're insane. You are insane if you think the Giants are not. I thought they would turn it around. I thought they would play better because they couldn't play any worse. But if you'd have told me not only are they going to play better, they're suddenly going to be one of the better teams at hitting with runners in scoring position, and they're going to hit a home run every single day. They're going to break a record for the amount of games in a row that they're going to have a home run in. They're going to be hitting with runners in scoring position consistently, not leaving runners on base like they had been, and they're going to start winning every single night. I'm going to say, dude, okay, look, I'm a Giants fan too, but you need to just slow down on the Kool-Aid. Slow down there on the SF Kool-Aid because you are out of control. And this is exactly what's happened. It's insane. It really is. So I'm not going to put anything past this. The way they're playing right now, 4 games back, you go into St. Louis and sweep, and oh my gosh, all of a sudden it becomes very interesting. Theoretically, the Giants could sweep in St. Louis and be within 1 or 2 games of the wild card after that series. With like a lot of baseball left. All of a sudden, it looks like there's a lot of baseball left to play when you're that close. So absolutely crazy what's going on. Alternatively, though, one bad move, one tough stretch, one slip up, and it's over. Giants get swept one time, I think they're probably done. So, and obviously I already thought they were done. I get that. I played taps, but they've kind of reinvigorated themselves and reinvigorated the fan base, and have given some of us hope. And it's crazy. It's fun. We'll see. St. Louis, oh my goodness. And we definitely have to talk about St. Louis and preview that series. But also, what in the hell? It was so sudden. I was doing a play-by-play. Here's my call of it at Denver, doing a play-by-play. I wasn't in Denver myself, but I was doing a play-by-play of the game. And I went live for the first pitch. I didn't even do a pregame. It was like, boom, we were there. We were live, and we were doing play-by-play. And before I knew what was going on, Devers hit a home run that I thought was foul off the bat. It ended up being fair. It was a home run. And the way that he kind of stepped out of the plate, I think he wasn't sure if it was fair or foul. He was kind of backpedaling a little bit. He was, stay fair, stay fair. Then he realized it was fair. He did a little bat flip. And Kyle Freeland of the Rockies was not feeling that. He went full mad bum, started shouting at Devers, and that's really what caused the benches to clear. And here's my call of it. Crash outs cause issues with the electronics. And we have some internet issues swinging a foul deep down the right field line. Is it foul? Is it foul? It could be fair. It's fair. It's gone. Rafi Devers. I apologize. I was kind of watching for the corner of my eye. It looks like there's some shouting going on. We may have some We got a brawl going on. They're going to some pushing and shoving at home plate right here, and the benches are emptying. What's going on here in Denver? Devers crushed the baseball out of the ballpark. There was some back and forth there, and then some shoving started, and benches have cleared. And Matt Williams is there. Be careful. He will kick some ass and take names if you mess with this man. Oh, he didn't like that Devers admired the ball off the bat. What is going on today? We got some insanity right here early on in the ball game. Rafi Devers crushed one out of the ballpark, and then the fight was on. Absolutely crazy situation. So Devers crushes the baseball, a little back pedal, starts walking, sees that it's gone, starts jogging, does the bat flip. Devers starts shouting because Freeland is shouting at him. So there's some cussing going back and forth. The umpire's trying to hold everyone back. Kyle Farmer sees what's going on. He starts running in there. Chapman comes out and kind of shoves Freeland. The whole entire Giants team starts to attack Freeland. Of course, the Rockies are going to come to his defense, and it was just wild. Chapman was suspended. Also, Adames kind of came out, and he kept on. He was trying to get something going there, and he was also ejected from that game. So Freeland, Adames, as well as Chapman all ejected, and it turned out Chapman was actually suspended for a game, aside from this one, but he has appealed, so he was able to play today, a game in which he hit 2 home runs, and the Giants win. Nothing else happened during the series. There was a hit by pitch, I think, but nothing. No more benches clearing, and just showed it was kind of an isolated incident. You could tell they didn't really want to fight. They were kind of running out there and doing a little bit of slapping and yelling, but no real fight. But it was just a crazy situation. It happened so fast. I did not see it coming. I was just like, whoa! So that was crazy. But it was definitely some entertainment value for the fans, no doubt. No doubt about that. On to St. Louis, and Carson Seymour is going to be making his second big league start. That's a real concern against McGreevy. Michael McGreevy, a great pitcher, also a youngster. So that's going to be super interesting. Michael McGreevy 6-2, 4.17 ERA. Seymour 0-2, 4.74 ERA. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. With the 2 young pitchers going at it. But Giants fans, this is a big game. If they can win a game with Seymour out there, that's going to be key. Get this rotation moving back to Verlander, back to Webb, back to Ray, and keep this streak going. But right now, that is on the docket for Friday. Saturday, Justin Verlander back out there. He has been electric lately. He's looking great. Andre Pallante is going to be pitching for the Cardinals on that day. He's 6-13. 5.38 ERA, 144 innings pitched. Not a big strikeout guy, at least not this day and age. 101 strikeouts and 144 innings. So the Giants are going to have a good chance there. This guy's out of UC Irvine, but he'll be going up, a 26-year-old kid, going to be going up against a future Hall of Famer in Justin Verlander. Verlander is starting to get some wins now. He's starting to get some run support, and I got a good feeling about this one. The first game is a big concern. You know, Carson Seymour, that's concerning. The Cardinals got some guys. We'll look at their guys at their offense here in a second. But game 2 definitely looks promising for the Giants. And the final game, Giants to be determined against Sonny Gray. Right now, Wisenhunt is hurt. Roop is hurt. Landon Roop is hurt. So it could be Kaiwei Tang. He pitched pretty well his last outing. So we'll see. But Sonny Gray, obviously, veteran pitcher, first-round pick from 2011. He's had a great career, 12-8 this year, 28 starts. He is a strikeout guy, 173, 158 innings. That game's going to be a big concern. So game 1 and game 3, and I'm not saying game 2 is going to be a cinch either. Verlander has had tough starts. This is going to be a tough series, period. I'm telling you, regardless of the Cardinals' struggles lately, regardless of their record about 500, they are not going to be easy. They got some good arms out of their bullpen. And, of course, they got some hitters, Wilson Contreras, Nolan Gorman, Thomas Ajacey. You have Mason Wynn, Lars Nootbaar, Jordan Walker. They're missing some of those huge superstar names you usually see when you're facing the Cardinals. Obviously, Arenado. Obviously, Molina. You know, Molina's retired. So But he will be in the dugout, I heard, this weekend as a special coach. So that's going to be cool. But it's a dangerous team. It's a dangerous team. And if you're not careful, Giants lose 2 out of 3 down over in St. Louis, and all of a sudden the season is in serious jeopardy if it was as if it wasn't already. I don't know if you can recover from that. Giants really need to sweep. They need to sweep as many series as they can, but to be realistic, you win 2 out of 3 and you're still alive. But losses are, you go back to down 5, back down 6 games out of the wild card, and that much less days left in the season, and you have big problems. So this is going to be a fun series in St. Louis, and we'll have a stadium review of Busch Stadium on the YouTube channel. But this is critical right here, and the Giants' schedule really doesn't slow down too much. After this, they head back home immediately. No, not even a day off. Sunday is a day game. They go straight to the airport. They head to San Francisco to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for 3. Get a day off at home. 3 against the Dodgers. Then it's down to Arizona for 3. And then to Los Angeles for 4 at Dodger Stadium. So then you play the Cardinals again, and then the Rockies to finish the year. This is going to be some insane baseball right here. This is going to be a tough stretch, and one wrong move, and it's a wrap. You get swept here in St. Louis, it's over, I think. So, and the last thing I wanted to check out and talk about was this insane situation. I've never seen anything like this before in my freaking life. And I've been watching baseball since 1985. But Framber Valdez looked to immediately cross up his catcher, Cesar Salazar. So he's out there. There's some miscommunication. Looked like he was having some problems with the pitch comm. So what happened is the catcher tried to press a button on the pitch comm. I don't think he was happy with his pitch, with what he selected, or he selected the wrong pitch. And he's trying to tell Valdez, step off, step off, step off. He's waving his hand. Valdez goes right into his motion. The catcher, I see a little bit, when I'm watching, I think a little bit of body language where he was a little frustration, like, oh gosh, he's pitching anyway. And then he had to get ready, so he gets ready for the pitch. And he throws one right down the freaking middle, not the pitch that the catcher wanted, and it's a home run into the Crawford boxes there at, what's it called now? I forgot, Dakin, whatever stadium. Okay, I still call it Minute Maid Park. And the next batter standing in there, that's when the cross-up happens, and he throws a fastball, and clearly Cesar, not looking for that pitch, hits right off the chest protector. He looks straight out of the pitcher like, what the hell was that? The hitter's thinking, what the hell was that? And Valdez, cold-blooded, turns around like, yeah, like, he knows what just happened. Not looking apologetic at all, not looking like my bad whatsoever, and just walks off. The catcher stands up like, bro, what the freak? You could tell he looks frustrated, and Valdez just cold-blooded, didn't care. And in the aftermath, he apologized to the catcher, said he got crossed up. It was just a simple mistake. It sure didn't look like that. His agent came out and said it would be absolute. I think it was his agent. His agent said that for him to hit his own catcher in the chest with a pitch intentionally, crossing him up, is preposterous, a complete lack of respect for who he is as a person. It's possible he was just completely pumped up. He was pissed off, and he was just not even in the mood to apologize for, and it was a genuine cross-up. The catcher also said it was not intentional. There was the wrong button, the pitch comm. We have the quote, I believe that he was absolutely frustrated, as anyone who ever played the sport. You get frustrated, you get rattled, you're angry, and these things happen. That's what General Manager Dana Brown told 790 AM in Houston on Wednesday. Sometimes you get so angry you can't see straight, and he crossed him up. They had a conversation after the game. They squashed it. Astros manager Joe Espada on Wednesday said he met with both players following the game because he wanted to hear the truth about the events of the inning. Everyone basically saying it was a complete mistake. Let's just get it behind us. I kind of tend to think that there's no way that pitcher would intentionally cross up his own catcher, throw a fastball when he knew the catcher was. You can hurt him. You can hurt him pretty bad. That just sounds insane to me. I think it was this guy was just absolutely on fire. He's pissed off. He's competitive. And there was problems with the pitch comm. Yeah, trust me, I know about problems with technology. I hate technology. My subscribers will know I'm throwing stuff every single day, throwing microphones, getting pissed off at internet problems and technology problems. So no doubt about that. I can understand that. He's out there sweating. You could see he was just pissed. Gave up the home run. Really wasn't feeling it. And then he throws that pitch. It just turns around in disgust. Definitely not the right thing to do. I think you should at least try to apologize or say, my bad or something. And that's why the catcher looks so frustrated. Just a crazy, crazy moment right there. But the pitch comm, man. I'm not a fan of the pitch comm. I'm curious what you guys think, but I'm not a fan of the pitch comm. I don't think you should have technology out on the field and things like that. Once you open that can of worms, I mean, when does it end? So I think in the future, probably every single player out on there is going to have some kind of a device on their wrist or something to help them get information quickly. They're going to be swiping left and right. It's going to happen, guys. It's only a matter of time. We already got ads on the uniform. There's probably going to be a second ad, third ad. It won't be long till it looks like a bunch of NASCAR drivers out there on the field, but I digress. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for checking out this week's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to talking to you all from St. Louis this weekend. It's going to be fun. Let's go Giants. They're on an insane streak. Never seen anything like this before. They are hot, hot, hot right now, and it is absolutely wild. So let's freaking go. Off to St. Louis. And after an impressive 7-4 win today, Patrick Bailey's even swinging the bat right now. The team is clicking on all cylinders. Can't wait. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.